Hey guys, what's going on? It's Tcarp. Alright, today I'm going to do a little bit of practice and training. What I'm going to do is I am going to try to make a bow drill fire out here in my backyard, as you can see, but try to make a bow drill fire. It has rained, so I've got a shamog down on the grass, trying to hopefully won't get it too messed up. I'm gonna try it maybe with this hardwood first, and then kind of go from there. I don't have a lot of tinder, so my goal, if I make the ember, I can move it to something more. Move that ember to something like a one of those special fire starters like we all have in our fire kits. See if I can blow that ember into that, get that started, and then just start a small fire, and then make me some char cloth here in the backyard. And then I would like to see, once I make that more of that char cloth, then I can practice percussion fire or whatnot. So that's the goal for today. Stay with me. I'm gonna give it a whirl, and please, we'll see what happens. Whatever happens, I'm gonna kind of show it on camera and just kind of, like I said, see what happens. Stay with me, guys. All right. Now that we have things set up here, what we're going to do is, we've already used this. We're going to use our knife, and we're going to shave this down till we have some white. We're going to do that. We're going to use our bow drill. And what my goal is if we get an ember, is to take some of this like pyro putty, put that ember on that pyro putty, and then move it to there. And I think that that will hopefully start a fire big enough to make some char cloth with later. So let's give it a whirl. Let's just quickly do this. All we're doing is removing those burnt ends. I'm just using a good old-fashioned Victorinox. It should be halfway decent. We'll just use this that we've already burnt in. Now, with dust, now once we have that notch halfway filled up, we're gonna go for it. I think we got ourselves an ember. I'm just going to set that to the side here. I'm going to let that smolder a little bit. Alright, so we did go ahead and get our ember burnt. So that was some good training. This, I'm out here in my backyard and this grass is wet, so I did do a good job of using like something to soften, or basically to not let that moisture get to my my fireboard and get to my bow drill set. So we did a good job practicing that. Now I want to make some char cloth. I don't have the resources here to do, to put it in a tinder bundle and all that, but I do have some old firewood like from a gas station. So what I am going to do is I am going to go ahead and start this here in a little bit. I'll start it, get that going, and I'll make some char cloth, and then I'll practice that percussion fire and whatnot, and I'll get back to you with that. So guys, if you don't know, I'm practicing for a Pathfinder Intermediate class. I've already done the basic class. It was pretty flippin' awesome. But yeah, this is practicing for the intermediate class and just getting those skills done. So stay with me, guys. We'll do that. All right, to make char cloth, what you need is you need a cotton material. This is a shamog. So I've got rips of a shamog basically, and I've put them in my stainless steel cup. So that's what I've done here. I've got this bottle top. Basically, I'm putting that over the top. I'm putting this. I'll put this in the fire and kind of just letting that cook. And I'm gonna let it cook for a good 30 minutes. A good 30 minutes. So we're gonna just kind of let this do its thing. Okay. I know this fire is definitely not perfect, but it still should be enough to do what it needs to do. So this is a perfect time to test out this Gritr gear. Gritr sent me their titanium grill set. And what we're going to do is we're going to just set that over, and then we're going to make some char cloth. And this is just a perfect time for me to test this stuff. Let's go ahead, pull this off for just a second. It's warm. So we're going to set this up. We're just going to set this bad boy over the fire best we can. And we're going to set this, boom, over the top of that. And that way, haha, that can lick and do all that. See, that's what a good grill set will do. It just kind of adds more to it. This is made out of titanium. It also comes with hooks that you can hook it up and do kind of like a tripod with it. But we're going to use this, see how she does, and we'll make some char cloth. Again, thank you to Gritr Gear for sending this stuff out. They also sent a titanium water bottle that has been super tough, really abused it. But we're going to test this stuff out, and we'll go from there. All right. So it is raining, and we have been basically cooking our char cloth for a little bit. It's raining, but we still have this going on. It's still keeping it warmed up, and man, this Gritr Gear has done absolutely perfect. I had no worries or issues about it, and it's done great. And it's done what it's supposed to do, which is keep your stuff over the fire. And you know, I was thinking to myself, how am I going to cook this char cloth with, you know, get it in the fire and make sure it's done right? And I was like, I have this thing that Gritr Gear sent me, and guys, for the weight, it's pretty awesome. I don't know the price on it. I think it's 50-60 bucks. But man, I've seen some stainless steel ones, and this one's just as rock solid. So I'm so grateful for them, and we're going to check out the char cloth here in a little bit. All right, again, we want to thank Gritr Gear for sending out the products to test and review. They sent that grill, and so far so good. So all right, so what we're going to do, we're back inside the house because it was raining. What we're going to do is we're going to check and see the char cloth. And that's exactly what we want. This stuff right here. So this stuff right here is char cloth, okay? So it's very close to, it's burnt up stuff, but it's not ash. All right, so what you want to do with char cloth is you want to take, you know, a Flint and Steel Kit, such as this. And this is a steel James Gibson gave me. And I'm going to take a piece of char cloth, this one right here, and I'm going to put it on top and make a big mess in my wife's kitchen. I'm going to put it on top of the rock, and then what I'm going to do is basically try not to destroy the char cloth, but try to, there we go. Is that right there? See that? That will catch and it'll sit there and smolder and burn, and then you can put this into a tinder bundle and blow it into flame. Watch this. See how that goes? That's what you can definitely do with char cloth material. So just a thing before I burn my hand. But that is why char cloth is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna practice several methods. You know, you saw that. You saw that. I want to practice using the back of my knife, all that stuff. So stay with me. We're going to practice these skills in getting ready for the intermediate class. All right, guys. Now it's raining out here. So, but what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to use our knife. See if the camera can pick that up. This necessarily isn't the best at it, but haha. Here we go. That's in the rain. And all you're really doing is hoping that it'll catch a spark. Here we go. That's how you do it. And that's, again, here in the rain. Had to change knives, but it's all good. Basically had to hit it a little bit harder with the rock. I was being a little timid. With these harder 1095 steels, you just gotta smack it. You gotta smack it good. All right, so what we learned there with hitting the knife, I used two knives. I used the JG5, and then I also used the prototype of the buffalo skinner from the Pathfinder school. So what I learned is you've got to hit that knife pretty hard with that rock. You got to come with some speed, and you got to remove material from the knife. Now, what you can't be afraid of breaking the rock. You're gonna have to hit it, and that's what I was being a little timid, not really striking it well enough. And once I started getting there and getting sparks off of it, one of the sparks hit the char cloth, and that's why char cloth is beautiful. So just something to do. There will be only two ways of me making fire. It will be that char cloth material and a bow drill. So I'm really happy that I created both today. So this is a great skills practice. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Again, thank you to Gritr Gear who sent some gear for the video. Really check out their channel. I'll post a link in the description below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Tcarp signing out.